It's been a difficult road for two Michigan families.
We have a lot of property destruction at our home. There's holes in walls.
Broken windows.
He will rip things off walls and throw anything he can get his hands on. He will, if he's close enough, he will, kick you, punch you, bite.
The families say their adopted sons experienced high levels of trauma early in life, resulting in a long-term need for mental health care.
Complex post-traumatic stress disorder is his primary diagnosis.
The first official diagnosis that we received for him was reactive attachment disorder.
Services were given to the boys, who are now early teens, through the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and their respective community mental health departments.
We've done everything that was suggested that we try over the years. Nothing was truly making a big enough difference. And the older he gets, the more aggressive, the behavior.
He just continued to attack me in the parking lot, like next to the side of the road. I called 911. Eventually, the local officers showed up, and they were amazing with him. It was such a huge incident that then the state was going to press charges against him. And I was like, he needs mental health care. We do not need criminal records.
The families again requested residential treatment. The problem with that?
Probably around the late 90s, early 2000s, the state of Michigan decided to change the rules around how child caring institutions were funded and said that community mental health services providers, CMHs, could not use Medicaid to pay for specialized residential because of concerns around restraint and seclusion.
Leaving the state with around two, depending on what you need. Bob Sheehan, the CEO of Community Mental Health of Michigan, acknowledges.
You said it well in your emails. There aren't facilities where, unless the kid, that can serve kids who haven't broken the law, haven't gotten arrested, whose parents who haven't given up parental rights, right? There's no real system for that. That's the gap.
And the solution, these parents say, is unfair and unjust. Option one.
And I explained our situation again, our concern about the ongoing safety concerns in our home, the day-to-day walking on eggshells of, what will set him off next. And this person who is upper level management with Network 180, the Community Mental Health Authority for this region, looked me in the eye and informed me that because my son was already involved with the juvenile justice system, I needed to pursue services through the courts.
Is that what I have to do? And the truth is, yeah. If you want your kid in long-term residential away from you, the only way there is because you've broken the law as a kid or because you're in the child welfare system, neither of which the parent wants.
To change this?
Because it would take a change in state law, because right now, CCIs, which is what those are called again, can't use, these are federal terms, seclusion and restraint. You can't seclude a kid by law yet. So they would have to say, under certain conditions, a kid can live in a long-term residential. See, because you can seclude a kid who's under arrest, right? If you're a juvenile who's been arrested, that's what you do, actually.
But Sheehan stresses this is not policy.
Well, no one would say, here's a good recommendation for you. I shouldn't say no one. Who knows, right, Amir? But no,
Yeah.
that's not policy. That's not appropriate practice. So no, that's not the recommendation anybody would make. But it is, as you said, the only gate to walk through, the only gates to walk through to get into long-term residential.
For Lori, she hasn't seen her son since early December of last year.
The probation officer, per our request, granted us an hour with our son. And to say our goodbyes, we got an hour with him in a big, huge open conference room.
How old is he now?
He's 14.
Where did he turn 14?
In juvenile detention in Kent County. He will turn 15 in the state of Wyoming. I'll miss 2 birthdays.
Option 2, private pay. The Tea Gardens declined the juvenile justice route and are instead paying for care out of state privately to the tune of $15,000 a month.
Who is paying for all of this?
We are.
How?
So this is where I was trying to take a deep breath. It's been 100% out of pocket, which we do not have money. So when I say out of pocket, that's our retirement is gone. Any little savings we had started for college is gone. Every credit card is completely maxed out, and our home has a second mortgage on it. And it's all used. It's all gone.